intro. What's the name of the show?
This way.
Relationship Cheatcode.
Relationship Cheatcode.
Is it recording now?
Relationship Cheatcode.
Hey. Oh.
The RELATIONSHIP. Cheat code. Okay, I can't spell it again. All right.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the Relationship Cheat Code, where we give you the game, helping you to stress less and become your best in your relationship.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I am so excited. I'm excited because we are in the studio yet another time with special guests.
Very special guests.
These are very special guests because they're really not guests. They might want to pretend that they are, but they're really not, because they are our homies, they're our friends.
You know it.
We know them,
Yes.
we love them,
Yes.
And they're real. They're real people. So
Y'all
are
in
you
for a
happy?
treat. I am.
That they're here?
I'm very happy.
Yeah, I know folks gonna be like, "Oh snap!" So we don't just get to see them dance and do their stuff. We get to actually hear from them, because they're not strangers to this relationship game.
No, not at all.
No, they're not. They are not strangers. They've been in it for a minute, and so I'm gonna stop talking because I think my wine is popping. But I'm gonna stop talking and just let them introduce themselves. But first, can we please just give it up for Jevin and Tasha Smith in the house? Yes. So I said Jevin and Tasha. Y'all know them in other ways. I'm gonna let them go on ahead because these are my friends. So
yes.
Let them introduce themselves.
I'm shy.
He's shy, Brenda.
No, I'm just playing. Most people know us as Wealthy Jev and El Marie Wealthy, but since we homies, so when you see us on the street, don't be calling her Tasha and don't be calling me by my government because you don't know us like that. No, I'm just playing. But yes, Wealthy Jev and El Marie, Jevin and Tasha Smith, also known as the Wealthies, and And what else are we supposed to be explaining?
Just
Hey,
tell us.
I was about to ask you, why are you talking into the mic
like,
like you rapping? Like you rapping?
It's the wine.
You don't have to talk like this into the mic.
Hey, yo, check it. The way we wreck it.
Can you hear me?
Let's get naked.
I literally was thinking, are we gonna ask them to pause and say, Jevin, you could just be regular?
Okay, so let's
I'm sorry.
We
Thank
don't have
you
to
guys.
do the microphone.
All right, cool. Because I feel more. I don't even know what happened. You know what's funny?
You were like, and so I just.
Whenever I see him, I almost grabbed it and I was like, "Yo, check it. You know who we are." My bad. So I won't do that. I'll stay like this.
Introduce yourselves for everybody. You guys are our friends.
Yes.
You are Jevin Smith, and you are online as
Wealthy Jev online. Yes.
Yes.
And my
And
lovely
you are
wife.
Tasha Smith, also known as El Marie.
El Marie Wealthy, yes. El Marie Wealthy.
El Marie
Yes.
Wealthy. And just let them know a little bit about who y'all are.
So first of all, since with relationships, we've been married for going on 19 years.
Yes, month after next.
I got married when I was 7 years old. I was 7,
Yes.
and she was my babysitter.
Oh my
goodness. No, but we've been married 19 years. We have 4 beautiful children.
Yeah.
An adult child, 2 teenage children, and 1 elementary age child.
yes, for sure.
And we are online influencers, actors, actresses, business owners, entrepreneurs,
Yes,
rappers, singers, you know what I'm saying? I do it all, you know what I'm saying? I used to sell.
No, we do. We listen. we got our music. we got our music.
Yeah, we do everything. You know, we're entertainers.
We're recording artists.
We're recording artists. You know what I'm saying? I used to be a part of B2K.
My gosh.
No, but we're just influencers. We'll say that. Entertainers, whatever, everything under the umbrella. That's what we do. And we're glad to be here. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with our friends, man. We love them. We appreciate them. We've been watching them online, and we love the advice that they give. And
so good.
Yeah, I feel like we're kindred spirits. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm really wild, and we still have the same spirit, and we believe in marriages and believe in love, and we're advocate for marriages.
Yeah, big time.
So I always say
and
this.
family.
Yeah, and
family.
Family.
Oh,
Yes.
Lord, yes.
So I always say this, y'all, and I've said this to y'all because we've, hung out, and y'all may not remember that I said this, but I did say it. And what I said is we can recognize really quickly, myself and my husband, when people are like actually really friends and they actually really love each other and they actually have a real connection. You know what I'm saying? And so it's pretty easy to see for us. And sometimes we get with folks who don't have that. Like there's a presentation,
right?
But that's not really what's behind the presentation. And y'all are the real deal. So when we first, because our kids go to school together, right? And so when we actually connected, and I was like, I think I was at Golden. Oh, I was at whatever the school is.
Yeah.
I was at the school one day, and I was looking at the phone. I was like, oh, and then my kids is like, oh yeah, and then he was like, yeah, and then we were like, yeah, maybe, like, yeah, I seen him. You said we talked to him at the game or something, and they were like, oh, but
we've been around,
for a long time,
around each other
because our sons played basketball,
basketball, seeing y'all at
before
basketball
high
games.
school,
before high school,
that's how long. Honestly, we kind of known each other for like what, like 5-6 years, longer than
just seeing you guys around,
right? And I think it was our youngest too, because he would be looking at
our
your
youngest boy.
Our youngest boy.
And our middle child.
That was the youngest.
Daughter.
Our 7-year-old?
Yeah, our youngest.
Isn't that crazy?
Exactly. They would play together at the game.
So, it's like when you see somebody and you're moving around in your community, and I'm like, oh, this is the people I be seeing online, and I'm like, okay, like, you don't know.
Yeah, you can't put two together.
How is that, and then who are they really? Like, are they real people?
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it's important to me to say that I really appreciate y'all's friendship.
Oh, wow.
I appreciate the connection that we've made, and it just feels always organic and real.
Yeah.
We get together, we go out to dinner, we do what we do.
I am not into forcing relationships. Let me say that. I don't like that. People be like, oh, well, you have kids, they have kids. Oh, you're black, they're black. Let's be friends. Like, I don't like that. I like when it's like a natural vibe. Because it'd be awkward at dinner and stuff, and you'd be like, how about those cowboys? And just making up just random talk. Exactly.
I just want to talk and be.
I like friendships to just flow and like it to be organic friendships. You know what I'm saying?
Organic.
Y'all, organic with a T at the end.
Organic.
So y'all are real people, right? And so I think for me it's important to say, because people make assumptions all the time about people, and or they just don't know. And people make assumptions about us. People make assumptions about you. But all day, every day, y'all are real, and I just appreciate y'all's realness.
Yeah, thank you.
And in our relationship.
Likewise.
Yeah.
So let's get into this real talk.
Let's get into it. Let's go.
Y'all ready? So first, can y'all just share a little bit about how y'all met, how y'all came together?
Ooh, y'all in for a treat.
And then we're going to go from there, because we really want to get into talking about some of the difficulties, some of the challenges, and I even use the word difficulties lightly, because I think that even the challenges that we have sometimes are ordained. They are opportunities.
Yes,
we may not want to choose them, but they are what they need to be for us. And we talked offline about just, especially all of us being entrepreneurs and creatives, and, having to keep money at the center, but also stay attached to purpose and what's calling on us, right? Like our hearts and all that. So anyway, I'll be going on forever. Say a little bit about just kind of how y'all came together, and then we'll get into some of that.
You want the long story or the short? Y'all want the radio version?
Whatever version you choose. Whatever version you choose.
Okay, and then you just chime in as I go.
I got you.
It was April 2004.
It was. Okay.
Was it really?
Yeah.
But honestly, we met during a play.
Yeah.
She was my wife in the play.
Yeah.
So,
And I wasn't going to do it because I was working in corporate America.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to do it because I felt like, my life is so complicated and it's so busy. But I love the arts. I love the arts, right? And so my friend was like, girl, just, go on and do it. So I made time to do it.
Yeah. No, okay. I thought you were saying, girl. I thought you was gonna fast forward.
No.
You were about to. You have to bring it back.
All right, cool. Okay.
We're gonna go in order.
Okay.
But yeah.
All
So
right.
yeah, she did the play, and likewise, I didn't. They randomly. You had to go through what? How many husbands? Three husbands. Three husbands during the play.
During the play.
During the play.
Well, Amber.
Yes.
In real life?
Yes.
Okay, we come back to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it was two husbands in real life.
Yes.
I'm the third.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you want to say that? Can we edit it? Did you?
I didn't want to say that, but
you didn't want to say that?
We're there. No.
It's all good.
But honestly, it really is all good.
It really is all good.
Because we've been married for
almost 20 years.
Yes.
So it's all good.
It must be something good.
Yeah. So, but during the play, was I the third husband?
You were.
Okay.
I went through two. So I had one
Art
husband.
imitates life.
Yeah, I had one husband, and then that didn't work out, and then I got another husband, and then that didn't work out,
Yeah.
and then Jeffy came along, and I was like,
But wait a minute, that's really actually quite interesting, because that's what actually happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that was in the play, is what y'all saying, but then actually, like,
that's
in real
what
life.
really
that's
happened.
your real life.
In
That's
real
what
life.
really happened.
So let me ask you this: so what was it about Jev, and what was it about Tasha that really attracted you all to one another? Was it
That's where the R&B coming to play.
Was it an
Right.
instant attraction?
That's
Was
really
there
good.
like this attraction that was like off the top? Did it grow over time? Like,
no,
how did that happen for
it
y'all?
actually grew over time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Make sure it ain't no babies. We
Yeah,
live,
right,
but we got 4 children, so I'm checking
Right.
make sure
Right.
if it's a baby.
Right.
So it's not a baby. So at first, I thought she was a beautiful woman. I'm like, oh yeah, she's cute. But during the time when I met her, it was like I was dating a lot of different girls. I was just like, I'm dating you. I like you. Cool. You next. Boom, 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 boom.
Who's
So,
next?
Who's next? Bam, bam, bam.
Who's next?
Come here. Who's next? Boom. I was hoeing. For real, I was just going, hey.
I mean, that's where you
He
were.
was there.
That's where you
Who's
were in your
next?
trajectory.
I was a young man, and I was just,
You was doing your
I was
thing.
sowing my royal
You were doing
oats.
your thing. You were doing your
Yes.
thing.
Prince
You were
Hakeem.
doing
And then I came to America. She's your queen to be.
There it is.
No,
There.
but yeah, I actually, so that's what happened. And let's say, because this is a pivotal part in the in us meeting and us dating, because what happened was, even though we were doing the play together, it was just like, oh, we were cool, boom, boom, boom. And then one day, like, it was like my eyes opened, and I was like, oh. Wait, hold up.
It was.
And I invited. Oh, go ahead, say your
No,
part.
and what was funny was it. I remember specifically the day, because you yelled out, "I love my wife."
Oh, and y'all
You were like, "I love my wife." I was like, "Oh, okay."
and y'all weren't married yet?
No, this is my wife in the play.
No,
And I just,
no,
I
But you
just,
felt it.
no.
but I didn't know. I don't.
Yeah,
you know what? I don't know.
Yeah,
I still don't know.
You don't know what?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you when I know. I was just talking.
we were. Yeah,
Like during this time,
but he
I'm
knew
just.
he liked me a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he.
Yeah.
Were you fighting it a little bit?
No,
Jevin? Were
I
you fighting
wasn't,
it?
because I've never been afraid to like.
Holler
If I
at
like you, I like you, and I'm like, this is
I'm
what
gonna
it
let you
is.
say it.
I've never been that guy where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try to act hard. I mean, I've done it before, but that wasn't my thing. I'm like, yo, if I like you, this is what it is. Hey, I like you. I want you. No, I'll be straight up. But it wasn't that. I just, first of all, not first, but I didn't know her status because our oldest daughter, well, I say our oldest, but the oldest child that we have is my bonus daughter, stepdaughter. So she had a child, and she was working in corporate America. I didn't know if she was married or not. I didn't know what her situation was. So I couldn't just be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Let me holler. And me just coming into this play and be like, I like you. So it wasn't like that. So I was just like, okay, I'm in this play. And, I was young. I'm looking at all the women in the play, and I'm like, ooh, which one?
I'm
It was
looking
one
at
of them, and
I'm
it was
like, which
one
one
of
am I
the
going to
women.
holler at?
It was one of the women in the play who had a really
She had a donk.
big booty.
I knew you were going to say that.
She did.
In my mind, I said a
She
big
had the
ass. I knew you were
big-
going to say that.
She had a big one. I mean, like,
But she was older. She was more like an auntie. She
We
looked
were
auntie.
probably the same age, but
She
you
looked
like,
very
you,
auntie-ish, though.
You like that booty?
So
and
then
he considered it. Okay?
I
Considered it.
considered all of them.
Considered
But
it.
I considered every girl.
hold on.
it.
So an auntie booty.
No.
No, it was a
No,
big
no,
round.
no.
It was BBL booty, but it was real.
No, she had a big
She
booty.
had a
I'm
big,
saying,
she
no.
had a BBL booty,
She
like the
looked-
kind of booty
She
people are
looked
paying
like your
for.
auntie that
She
served at Thanksgiving, or your auntie who's fly. Like, what-
Yeah, she looked like a fly auntie,
Okay.
but it was a little.
Okay.
You got to think about it. I was. Oh shoot! I'm gonna say.
Be
I was
careful.
in my
Be
early.
careful. We
No.
don't wanna offend anybody.
I was
Be
in my
careful.
early
Are you-
20s.
Be careful.
Are you in your 20s?
I was like.
And you was looking
I
at
was
the booty.
I was a new adult.
Mhm.
Let me just say
How
that.
old were you?
That
I'm
makes
not gonna
sense.
say it on here, but I'll tell y'all.
Okay.
I just,
was
I
young.
was,
You was young.
I
He
was
wasn't
young.
he was legal adult.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
legal. I was legal. I was like straight out of college, young.
Okay,
Like
okay.
I'm like young.
Okay.
So looking at her, I'm like, I'll mess around with her. Let me say, I'll mess around with her.
The
You-
big booty, or you talking
He,
about?
he
Yeah.
said, "I'll beat them cheeks."
Oh no, hey, they be taking podcast interviews and bringing them back. So like, please be mindful. Listen.
Sorry.
So okay, let's fast forward. the story. So you guys came
But you know we'll be
together.
here. Okay,
came
wait.
together,
Let me say. I gotta say this pivotal
Okay,
part. I'm gonna say
right.
that part because I know we're going all around.
Yeah.
So anyway, what happened was I said I asked her out. I asked her out.
Yes, you did.
Yes. I not really, but it was like a soft
Well,
ass
it was
out.
a soft
And I'ma
ass
tell-
out.
I'ma
Did
tell-
you not?
I'm-
It's a
if I
soft ass
explain
out.
it, I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I DJ. So I'm a DJ. So I said, hey.
You was on a DJ mic when you was doing this?
No, he
Let me
invited.
tell you.
I'm
trying to tell you.
So he invited me to an event that he was DJing.
Thank you.
Oh,
right?
okay.
But it was a soft ask because it wasn't like, oh, come out and be with me.
Right.
It was just like,
I'm DJing this event. If you want to come out, cool.
Right. It was that.
Right. And this was during the play. So I was like, hey, I'm DJing this event. If you want to roll through, come through tonight. It was a comedy show.
It was like you want to roll through.
And
right.
where were you? Were you like, this is my husband? And
no.
Were you in that place?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know what his status was or what he was trying to do. But just in case he was trying to
real quick, y'all might
me.
have to have a part 2 of us. I'm telling you, because we gonna roll.
Like,
It'll probably have to be a part 2.
So just in case he was trying to talk to me, I just made sure I governed myself accordingly because I didn't know what his motives were when he invited me. I didn't know if he was trying to talk to me or was he inviting me out just to have fun.
Honestly, I didn't know my motives either. I didn't know my motives either. I just, because I didn't invite anybody else out.
Didn't know.
I just asked
you
her.
had to invite somebody else out because it was...
No, wait, babe, wait, mommy. Hold on. I know where you're about to go. You can save that. I'm talking about anybody else from the play.
No.
I didn't invite anybody else from the play out. So I just invited you out because I was in one side of my mind was like, okay, I'm thinking acting, let's kind of build a relationship type of joint. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you playing my wife?
Rapport.
Yeah, build rapport. Let's kind of, but I was like, but also she looked good. You know what I'm saying? So whichever way it go, boom, let's do it. So I invited you out. And I was like, if she come, cool. If not, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't sweating it. So then she showed up that night. She came to the, and I was like, oh, she came. Okay, cool. And when she came, it was a line of men. Like, once I got done DJing, I'm packing up my stuff. It was ninjas. It was ninjas.
Ninjas everywhere trying to put their bid in.
It was the Ninja Turtles. They was lined up. And I was like, hey, they on her. They on her. And I was like, all right, well, whatever.
Like,
you know.
let me pay attention.
Right. Well, no. I was just like, cool.
You played it cool. Yeah.
Cool. You know, I was really.
That was like, let me pay attention.
I
you
really
played
wasn't.
It cool, but you on the inside.
No, I was protecting my heart though.
Yeah.
For real. So I wasn't just like, I was just like, I don't know if she gonna like me. Like, I'm not gonna go in and think she like me. I'm waiting for the cue. If she says like, I like you, then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'll let it all down and we can do that.
What was the moment? What was the moment for you all where you're like, damn, this is the one. This is my boo, my baby.
After the event, after the line, and it all goes, it's the same night. This was the first night.
The same night.
It's the same night. So after all the dudes lined up and I packed my stuff, she stayed around and she was like, oh, you want something to drink? And I was like, yeah, let me get that Hypnotic and Hennessy.
That's that Incredible Hulk.
That Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say.
Yes.
So that's how you know it was 2004.
Oh my God.
Man, it was like in the prime of the early 2000s. So I asked for that. She was like, okay, cool. And she stuck around, and the part next door was where people were dancing and stuff. And it was another DJ over there, and that DJ ended up DJing our wedding, but we'll get to that. And then we were just chilling. She stuck around, and I was like, oh, okay, she's sticking around. And then that part ended, and I said, do you want to go out to eat? The only thing that was open was Denny's. We went to Denny's. And when we went to Denny's, we were just sitting there talking, and she looked at me. And what did you say? She said.
What you say? What you say?
She said, you are so sexy. And I was like, what? Yes! You are too. I was able to let my guard down.
Wait a minute. Pause.
Yes.
I got to pause everything. First of all, I need to talk to y'all. Because I want y'all, do you feel the energy coming through? So we're gonna skip some things because I need y'all to give the game. Y'all have been together for how long and married for how long?
We've been together almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Been married almost 19 years.
19 years in February.
Yeah.
Okay. So they have longevity.
Yeah.
Right? Y'all have history.
Yeah.
But like, do you feel it like the like y'all are telling your story? You're like all excited. Y'all like, oh my gosh, yes. Mm-hmm. And people have a hard time oftentimes maintaining that level of chemistry, connection, like being able to stay in a place where you're still kind of turned on by each other.
Yeah.
You know, and so I want y'all to just share, like, what do you think it is that you all have? What did you discover in this 19, 20 years?
That's a good question.
That like
friendship.
because I'm feeling it right now, and I'm like,
That's a good
wow.
question.
I say friendship, and it sounds
Friendship.
it sounds cliche,
But yeah,
but this is my
Didn't I say
homie.
at the beginning?
We're
I said
friends.
we know when people are really friends.
Yeah.
And that makes a difference.
This is my homie.
we're friends.
Like for real. Like I can be myself around her, and
I know
you
stuff.
know even
I know stuff. Even he don't even have to tell me stuff.
Oh man, what?
He doesn't even have to tell me.
We've
stuff.
done game shows where we
I
looked at
know.
each other and knew the answer.
Yes.
Like it's that deep.
I know.
Where I looked at her like this, and she was like blah 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 blah, and we've won money on game shows just by her
That
reading.
Struggle. He has like things that he might be dealing with.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, and I don't have to say anything.
she knows.
He don't have to say nothing.
Nope.
He don't have to tell me nothing. I know. Okay, all right.
Yep.
All right. I gotta pray for this.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
but he's my friend. You know what I mean? And he's always, for me, he's always allowed me to be me and not judge me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've told him the craziest stuff, and he be like,
And likewise.
okay.
Yeah.
And he'll tell me the crazy stuff, and I'll be like, okay, that's kind of, I enjoyed that story. Thank you. What else? What other stories you got? I'm like,
Listen.
He had some really
Hey,
good
hey, Javin, let me ask this question.
Yes, sir.
So you mentioned that you was a player from the Himalayas, and so I'm curious to know, like, why did you make the shift and make the decision to settle down? Was it easy? Because there's brothers that are listening right now that said I do, but everything in their body says I don't.
Right.
In the way they live their life. So, like, just what was that transition?
That's really
like for you?
good. That's a great question. Honestly, because she was the right one. I will say that. And when we met and we got together, I didn't feel a need. I felt like this is it. Like she's everything. Like I said, I was dating a lot of women during the time. Even during the time we like decided. Yeah. And then once I was like, oh, okay, I can let you go. I can let you go. But I felt like she was everything that I needed. You know what I mean? And it was fulfilling.
What did she give you? What were you getting when you think back, and maybe even think now about y'all's relationship? What do you get from Tasha?
That's good.
What you get from me?
No, is it? Do I want to say like? I don't think it's the right word, but it's like it's fulfillment. It's whatever the word is. It's fulfillment. It's.
Hold on. Oh no, you don't have to hold on.
I'm not gonna say it's. You fulfill me like those areas where I'm hungry or thirsty.
I guess that would be fulfillment.
Yeah, I guess it's fulfillment. Like you fulfilled a part of me that
I feed you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I have been with women where I'm like, she not enough.
You don't feel empty.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Let me just push you a little further. I'm not going to put on my therapist hat, but
Go ahead.
I'm going to just hold it here and then I'll push it out and pull it to the back. So she fulfills you.
Yeah.
In places and in ways that maybe you didn't even recognize you needed until you got it. I mean, it sounds like in some way. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I don't need them.
Right.
What are some of the ways? What are some of the gaps that Tasha's love or her presence or her ability to be able to see you, accept you, whatever it is, like what has it done for you? Like what is it? What are those spaces in you that have been filled up by Tasha and by y'all's relationship?
Believing in me.
That's
one of the.
Yes.
That's the number one. She makes me feel like I can do anything. Like I've always been like a big dreamer, and I believe in crazy stuff, and being with her, I can honestly say I've seen those things come to pass. I've seen, not everything. There's some stuff we're still believing for, but for the most part, I'm like, yo, this happened, like, because it's never been a time where she's like, you can't do that, even struggles like, go get a job, like, why she's never like down me. We've never had out of 20 years, she's never been like, you no good, dirty mother. Like, no matter how. And that's one thing we really believe in. Like, the words that we say, you can't take it back.
Yeah.
I feel like you can't take it back. You can apologize and stuff, but sometimes
in
the back of your mind, you're going to be like, man, I remember in 2007, she said I was a dirty motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's why even me, I'm mindful. I won't say...
A fair fighter.
Yeah. And I won't say I've never been like, we getting a divorce or, you know, and we've had intense discussions.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's been intense.
Where I'm like, do you want this?
Do you want
this?
Yeah.
Do you want this?
But I don't throw things out there
No.
like that. So I'm mindful, and I know I'm getting off, but let's rewind it back. She believes in me. She encourages me. She loves me, and I know, and I feel the love. Like she loves me and everything about
I don't
me.
mean to intersect what I am.
Yeah.
When I say Tasha loves you,
Yeah.
like I said, I can read and I know when people are friends and I easy and I'm like, Tasha loves your ass.
Yeah.
Because when we just been hanging out with y'all, and I'm just, you know, y'all are talking, me and Tasha are talking, and the way she talks about you, the way she looks at you, you know, we're at a dinner and I see the way she looks. I'm like, Tasha really loves this man.
I do.
You know what I'm saying? It's just some things that just come across. And so love really does conquer all. It really does.
Yeah.
And you know, all of the stuff that comes up in the midst of our relationships. Yeah. So I got this question.
We gotta ask Tasha. Like
I'm about to ask Tasha.
Yeah.
But now, what you was gonna
No,
ask?
you probably about to flip it and ask her.
Well, I don't know. What is what I'm about to ask? Let me see. If it's something else, you know, you just come back. Okay. So, my question for you, Tasha, is as Jevin has talked about y'all's path and how you believed in him and you never said nothing like, you know, good, dirty, whatever, y'all been through challenges, whatever, and you just been right there with him. One of the things we talked about even prior to coming on here is just dealing with trying to make sure that you're attending to what I feel, I don't know, I know y'all feel the same way, God is calling you to do in terms of your purpose, in terms of your what's in you that you just can't get away from, your creative aspirations, your gifts, your talents. And then still, like, y'all like us, y'all got a lot of kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all have responsibilities, you have things to do. And so one of the things we talked about is financial difficulties, financial issues. We've definitely been there and like trying to figure out, how do I still do what I know I'm supposed to be doing? And that's a lot of people, whether they're creatives or not, or they're in some other way, you know, just making their journey, who struggle with like not becoming divided. So can you just share a little bit, Tasha, and then, you know, Jevin, weigh in around just some of the stuff that y'all have been through, and I know y'all was telling us a little story.
Oh yeah.
And just how you navigated that.
That's a good question. Okay. So I'm gonna have a very
transparent moment with everyone.
Okay, one of the things that I do, if I keep it 100, because I'm not good at multitasking. I was a horrible cheater, right? Never cheated on my husband, but you know what I mean. You know, people can't, like, some people can cheat and they skilled at it. That's not me. Okay. And so me trying to juggle and give attention to more than one thing has often been a challenge for me. Like, to give attention to my husband, to give attention to all 4 of my children, to give attention to me, to give attention to friends and family. It has not necessarily been that easy, right? So one of the things that I do is I ask God to help me. And I pray to be an excellent wife to my husband. I pray to be an excellent mom to my children. And I ask God to help me to know how to give each child what they need. You know what I mean? Now, with that being said, there are things that I can't attend to necessarily. So I can't necessarily attend to my homegirl relationships the way I used to. You know what I mean? You know, I used to go out with my homegirls every weekend. You know what I mean? And
You just can't.
I can't do that.
Yeah, you just can't.
I can't. And be an excellent wife to him. I can't do that. So I have to, you know, pick and choose. The blessing is that Jevin does allow me to do what I am anointed to do. So he will, you know, he'll edit my videos. You know, if God download something into me, not being super spiritual. I do be drinking. And something I do be cussing. And,
Right.
That's why we sisters.
Right. I do be drinking, I do be cussing, and I do love the Lord.
And I do be quoting scripture all at the same
All
time.
at the same time. It just is what it is. Don't judge me. You know what I mean? Because you know how to. Right. You don't have the space to do that anyway. But and that's 100. But you know, for real. But I ask God, you know, help me, you know, to be an excellent wife, or give me insight on how to love my husband more, or love him better, or what it is that he needs, or, you know, God, help me to love my children and give them what they need, you know. And I try now. Am I perfect?
You're not.
Because, you know, there's some things where he'll say, you know what, this bothered me, or I needed this, or I needed that, and I'll try and take a mental Rolodex to remember what he wants, what he needed, or what he asked for, and then I'll try and I try, but I feel like that's my capacity. That's my capacity, and you know, like I said, you know, if God downloads certain things into me, I'm like, babe, God gave me this, and he'll be like, okay, well then you need to shoot it, or you need to film it, or you know, you need to, you know, write these, you know, did you work on your book?
Yep.
When you releasing this book, you wrote it, you know, what are you doing with it?
Yep.
Okay, you
and
know
I'm
what I mean?
harsh with
So
it too.
he's very harsh. Yes, he is.
But that's a great transition. Well, I mean, not transition, but still on the same lines. When we got together, and I'm gonna go back and go forward. But when we first got together, I know Ayize said, you know, what was it about her? Or I think one of you said, was it just physical? It wasn't just physical.
No.
When I saw her, and she was working, you know, in corporate America, but I'm like, that's not who you are. I mean, yeah, you can do that, you can make money, but no, I need you to fulfill your purpose. Yes. And I vowed, like, when we get together, I'm like, no, I'm gonna make you fulfill your purpose. You know, accomplish all your dreams, those dreams that you had when you were a little girl. You wanted to be an actress, you want to be a singer. Okay, we're going to do that. That's what we're going to do. Did. And then there's seasons in marriages where, okay, sometimes I may have to work a 9 to 5. She may have to work a 9 to 5. We may have to do that.
That's what it is.
But we're never going to let go of our dreams, of that thing that God has called us to do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of, if we do that, even now looking at social media and the people that respond and say different things like, oh, you made my day. Like, it's people, who knows what can happen? You know what I'm saying?
That's
Somebody probably would have killed themselves if they didn't see, you know, me acting stupid and dancing in front of my... Yeah, like, you never know. So I'm saying that to say, like, it's important to fulfill your purpose. You know what I'm saying? And to do what you were called to do, no matter what it is. If it's making cookies, if it's talking to people about relationships, whatever it is, you need to do your thing because it can help people. So I vowed to make sure that she fulfills her purpose.
And for me, like, it's so funny because I always wanted to sing. I wanted to be Whitney Houston. I wanted to be Whitney Houston so bad. I was like, it was her between Whitney Houston and Anita Baker. I swear to you, I tried to sing like Anita Baker, and they were just, they were just everything. And I'm grateful because I know it sounds crazy, but I still get to sing. You know what I mean? Like our Christmas song, I was like, babe, like I'm like still fulfilling the things that I really believe that I was designed. I feel like I was designed to do.
Right.
I feel like I'm still doing it now. You know, it might not be on a Beyonce level.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or it might not, or, maybe I'm not Anita Baker or anything like that. But, I still get to enjoy my life and do the things that I feel like I was designed to do.
And I find that when you walk in your purpose and you do those things, and when you do what you love, money comes.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
when you do that, like, money comes. Like, are there going to be difficulties? Yeah. They're going to be, you'll have some struggles and stuff. But, God always provides, even throughout our relationship. Like, we've done stuff. We've seen some miracles, like some crazy stuff happen.
Like
so, what? You like what? Like what?
Tell us the miracles.
Y'all want some miracles?
Okay,
what you got?
Wait a minute. Hold on. I want the miracles. But I want to know about the eviction.
Okay.
first.
I'm about to tell you that.
Because that comes into then the miracle. To talk about the love. And y'all probably like, what is the eviction? What are y'all talking about?
Okay.
But I want y'all to be able to share that because so many people go through really hard times in marriage and they are not willing to do.
We're going to condense it. Okay, cool.
Need to do.
So we moved to Las Vegas in 2005, right after we got married. Moved to Las Vegas, went out there, help a ministry.
Help a ministry, but I got a really good paying job.
She got a bomb paying job. Yeah, she did.
Bomb.
Yep. Went out there, we were like, okay. And what's funny is like during that time, my family started moving out there. Like my grandparents had moved out there. My mom had wanted to move out there. I was like, I'm not moving to Vegas. Once she got the job, I was like, and she showed me how much she was making. I was like, guess we moving to Vegas. We moving to Vegas. And, and I know, everybody has their thing. Yes, my wife got a job making a lot of money and I followed her. I did. But I was the one to make the decision that we're moving to Vegas.
Right.
I'm still the head. Don't get it twisted. Right. And then once she got the job, I got a job out there. But we moved to Vegas, lived out there, helped the ministry. I was on the radio out there. I was a manager for like a group home and stuff like that. But she was making most of the money. So we moved out there, and
you don't feel nothing about that. You just saying it, and it's just easy to say that.
What part?
That she made most of the money, and
oh yeah.
Much respect.
Yeah, I don't care. She made a lot. Because we've had seasons through this 19 years. There's been times where I've been like, boom, I'm balling. I got you. You know what I'm saying? At this moment, well, it's both of us. It's both of us.
That's that friendship.
At this moment, it's actually both of us.
But I feel like you've been like that.
Yeah, it's been the same way. But I mean, that's that friendship, where it's not, it's not no ego.
Right.
We winning as a team. So whoever, like you might be Mike today, I might be Pippin.
Right.
I might be Mike, and then you be Pippin.
Exactly.
Whoever.
There's a lot of couples who be really separate and like, I paid this such and such. You owe me $35.
What?
You're gonna send me the money back?
No.
I just want to say to you right now, because I know it's people out here listening and watching who fall in this category where you are married or you are committed, but especially for the married folks, and you're living in a single mindset.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'll pay these bills. You pay these bills. Oh, well, this month I don't have it. Can you loan me the money to pay this bill?
Loan.
Right.
Loan.
And then they get a loan. Like,
right.
okay, I'll give the money and then give it back to me.
No, we don't
and
do
I hear
that.
this stuff all the time.
We have designated.
No.
We have designated bills where it's like, okay, she may take care of the water and the trash, and I'm like, okay, and I'll do this. Now, if she don't have it, she be like, babe, I'm like, all right, cool. But it ain't no loan, or I'll be like, oh, babe, I need,
or I have money.
Yeah.
He comes in and he's like, I ain't got it.
Right.
If I got it, then here, take it.
Because y'all are one.
Yes.
Exactly. But it's I never write a check. I owe you.
No.
You owe me $75 because last month. Get out of here. I'm like, we're going to be together forever. Like, what is this?
If you ain't leaving me and I ain't leaving you, it don't matter.
Right. What is this? It's our money.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, so we were in Vegas.
Yeah.
First year was a breeze.
Yeah.
It was great. Not until our first daughter together was born. And then things kind of started looking real. And she got laid off.
Okay.
And when she got laid off, I was like, okay, I'm working now. And I was like, we got to move. So we moved to a cheaper house.
Okay.
Did you hear what I said?
Why you say it like that?
Did
you hear what I just said?
Listen to where we going.
A cheaper house.
Yes, we moved to a cheaper house, paying the rent.
This is in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Cheaper.
When we moved that weekend, I got fired the weekend we were moving.
Wow.
Oh wait, you got laid off and then you got fired?
Yes. We were in this house.
Oh my gosh.
And
they ain't got no state disability, by the way.
In Vegas, in Nevada. I don't know if they have it now, but they didn't have it during that time.
And I couldn't put my Social Security.
Yeah.
Oh,
so during the week, like when she got laid off, I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to carry most of it. Let's move somewhere cheaper. We moved to this place that's cheaper. By the time everything was all packed, I'm fired in the new house.
Well, this is a curious question.
Yeah.
Why was you fired? You weren't laid off like
No, I wasn't laid off. I was fired.
Yeah, he got fired.
I got fired because
I don't remember what happened.
You did something you weren't supposed to do?
No.
I don't
It wasn't even my fault.
It was something.
Let me tell you.
Oh, I think because you had to move.
Because I had to move. And I couldn't cover the shift, and I had somebody else cover the shift, and they told me
I was pregnant.
I didn't let them know that the other person was going to cover the shift.
What the hell?
Yeah.
And this is like what 18 years ago. But yeah,
Lord
so
have
they
mercy.
said that, and I'm
all
like,
the
yes, I
employers
did.
out there, just give a little more flexibility.
Right.
A little more flexibility.
Right. And I'm like, I did. And even the girl, she vouched for me. She was like, yeah, he called me.
Right.
And that's what they told us to do. And they were like, nah, whatever.
God.
So I still got fired. And
so now you're in this new place.
and we're in this new place. And we couldn't pay rent at all
Yeah.
during that
No,
time.
wait. We could,
probably
but
paid
it was
one-
always late. It was late. It was like we were there for what, 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, we were there
And
like
every
3 months.
month
And she
we
was
were
pregnant.
and I was pregnant with our son.
Yep.
I
This
had
is the second child. We had just had the first baby.
We had
No, second baby.
we had-
Because we have 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just had the
So-
second baby. Go ahead.
yeah, and I'm pregnant with the third
Yes.
and our son.
Yes.
And I was under so much stress that I was
You was on bed rest.
I was on bed rest, but I was going into labor early.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I had to like poke her and give
Give
her
me
this
shots
machine.
and
yeah.
oh my God,
Every
for
day
him
was crazy.
to so that way because I was in labor every day, like having contractions.
Yep. So
And
go ahead.
so no, it's okay. And so consequently, it was so funny. It was gonna be winter. It was the coldest winter. It was snowing.
Oh, you tell
In
me.
Las Vegas?
You heard what I
It
said.
was snowing in Vegas.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow.
You heard what I
I didn't know
said.
that happened.
Yeah.
You heard what I said. You
Yeah.
understand? And I was like, and I didn't have money, and so we couldn't barely
yeah.
pay the rent, and I didn't have money to put clothes on my children's
yeah.
back.
Yep.
Wow.
Now, mind you, I went into Target, and I remember laying my hands
Yeah.
on various
Different
items
Uh-huh.
that I wanted for my children. I was like, God, please,
Did you?
if you could you, I was praying and laying my hands on just various things and asking God to give them to me. But I had, and I don't know if I went to the bathroom first or after,
Yeah.
but I went to the bathroom
And you was
and
crying.
I was crying and crying so hard. A lady was sitting in the bathroom waiting for me to come out of the stall.
What?
I was like, I was like, the only reason why I did not take my life is because I was pregnant with my son and I did not want to leave him raising the children. I was like, that's unfair. So I didn't do it.
So talk about the lady in this.
So the lady,
Mhm.
she was like, I wanted to wait for you. She's like, in 3 months, this is not gonna,
It's not gonna look like this.
it's not gonna look like this. I just want you to know that. And
This is
she put her
somebody
arms up.
Just somebody-
in
yeah,
the,
random
in the
lady.
bathroom.
A random lady standing in the bathroom. She put her arms around me and she held me and she was just like, go ahead, let it out. You can cry. And I was like, you know what I mean? Just trying to keep it together, trying to be strong, but I couldn't.
For real.
I'm not done.
You make
Right.
me, girl, you give me a little tear.
I'm
My
not
eyes
done.
are sweating
I'm
a
not
little
done.
bit.
I'm not done. Because I was just like, my husband, he's a good man. You know what I mean? And I knew he was frustrated. You know what I mean? Because in his heart, I knew he just wanted to provide for me and the children. And I was like, but I think it'd be easier for him if I wasn't here. He could probably be easier for him if I wasn't here. And so, I was trying to, but I was like, but if I harm myself, I could hurt my baby. You know what I mean? It was just like, so I was just like, I didn't know what to do, but I remember feeling like I wanted to just say, just forget it. And in a couple of days after I laid my hands on the various items, once again, it is wintertime. We did not have money to buy onesies or anything for our children. And I never forget, a package came.
Random package.
A random package came in a box, and Jevin had to go to the post office to get it. Do you know everything I laid my hands on was in that box?
What are you talking about? Really?
And it wasn't from that lady.
It wasn't from the lady.
A
random person.
random lady.
She
that
didn't
we
even
knew in
know.
LA.
She didn't even know what we
She
were going
knew
through.
nothing.
She didn't. When I tell you, it was tight. It was a little winter
For
vest,
every- yep.
little boots,
And this was
little
around
skirt,
Christmas
little
time.
everything we needed for our children was in the box. And when I tell you, down to tights, to little tights.
Who the hell was this person? How they know to give you
Right.
understand?
Well, it was a lady I knew in L.A.
She didn't know though.
But she didn't know.
She didn't know we were
And
broke.
she never.
She was just giving y'all like,
Yeah, it was just like,
She just sent us stuff.
Wow.
You see how God be
Everything.
working?
Just
God be working.
random.
Oh
when
my
I
God.
I swear
And
to you,
she called, and I
she
remember
didn't
she
miss
called,
nothing.
and she was just like,
She
"Yeah,
didn't
what's
miss
your
nothing.
address?" And I was just like,
nothing.
Yeah,
She didn't miss nothing. It was almost like somebody had went in there and recorded, and everything that I laid my hands on, she picked it out,
and
put it in a box, right sizes, and everything, and shipped it to us.
Yep.
I kid you not.
Yep.
I kid you not.
Yep.
I kid you not. And I was like, okay, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I knew. I was like, okay, it's gonna be okay.
Yep.
All right.
So then after that,
wow.
Go ahead.
that's when we couldn't keep up with the payments.
Somebody.
No. We got to talk about we got to get to the eviction part.
So yeah. So they send us an eviction notice.
Yeah.
They're gonna evict us.
Yeah. She's pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
She's at the end of the pregnancy.
I'm at the end of the pregnancy. I made it. 36 weeks. I made it. And
when we got that last letter, I was like, I don't know what to do. And nobody could help us. It was like nobody. And
one.
And we helped so many. When we moved to Vegas, we helped. I'm telling you, like,
you hear me?
We helped people.
Paying bills, giving money. And everything.
And nobody could help us.
No,
we were
not even with a freaking U-Haul truck.
Nobody can help you.
Nobody can help
us. And I looked at that eviction letter and I went, and I think that was the only I felt helpless. I was just like, yo, what is
I remember
going
he cried. He
on?
cried.
I went in the bathroom.
Cried.
I was just like,
he was crying.
And I yelled, and I was like, all right, cool. Yelled and cried.
So we packing up,
cool,
and somebody sends you some money.
Wait, huh?
Yeah.
Wait.
What Jeff is saying? I'm saying
some kind of way.
Well, what happened? I mean, I think that was before.
It was overlapping or something.
Yeah,
like
some
that.
overlapped. And
somebody sent us money, but we are already out.
We're already packed.
Yeah.
And as we're like on the last pack.
Where y'all going though?
To my mama's house. Thank God my mom was out there. Thank God for mama.
Honey.
So we're like at the last stuff, and my mom is a newlywed. She had just got married, so we got to move with her and her new husband.
And he was.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
He allowed us to stay.
Y'all had a place.
We had a place to stay. So we got like the last. Well, no, we still weren't done, but she fell out on the floor.
And we in the labor.
Fell out on the floor?
Yes, in labor.
In labor, in the middle of
we went into labor.
We went, as soon as we got to his mama's house, I passed out. I dropped to the floor.
And went into labor. And I'm so over. I'm like, girl, quit playing. Like,
no,
come on,
no
you
lie.
And your shenanigans. I'm like,
he thinks I'm faking.
I'm like, she's so extra.
He thinks I'm faking.
And she on the ground.
He thinks I'm faking.
You not, because it wasn't time yet.
He thinks I'm faking.
And my mom was like, Jevin, I think she's for real. And I'm like,
he thinks I'm faking.
Because who said she's dramatic?
She's so dramatic. Get up.
Pause. Is Tasha dramatic? Is she dramatic in general? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I just wanted to put that on the record.
A little. I'm like,
we've had some false alarms.
But this was hurt. This was hurt. Like, he didn't believe, but he don't believe. But he like, if I said, look, if I told him like, oh, you know, my toe is coming off or whatever, it fell off, he'd be like, you lying?
Because you broke a toe before and called me laughing. She was like, ha, 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 and her toe was broken. She called me laughing, ha ha ha. What? She's like, I broke my toe. I'm like, no, you didn't. She's like, I did, ha ha ha. And I went, and that toe was like, I was like, yo, your toe. I was like, why are you laughing?
It was funny.
She'll be laughing.
It was funny.
So that's why I didn't, when she was laid out on the ground, I'm like,
get your butt up. Quit playing.
And let's get these boxes. Like, please. You don't have to get the heavy ones, but
grab this paper towel.
So we went to the hospital. Sure enough, I was like, oh, my bad, babe.
My bad.
You actually are having the baby.
Like, oh,
you having the baby.
Right. Oh, my
so
bad.
we had to have people come to our house and finish like packing up all of our stuff because she was really in labor. And this was during Christmas. This was actually this time 16 years ago.
Wow.
Because it's almost our son's 16th birthday on Saturday.
Yeah.
So it was this time. Wow, full circle.
Look at that full circle moment.
Yeah. It's a full circle moment. So during this time, I was probably reading an eviction letter. Like, what the?
And now you sit here.
3-day pay or quit. Like it was 3-day pay or quit or something.
Now you sit. I mean, I just want y'all to hold presence, right? I just want to hold space for y'all right now. And now you sit here.
Wow.
So I need y'all to be able to just share with people who are watching, because y'all just like that's a struggle.
Yeah.
You got laid off, then you got fired,
right
then you was about to have a baby. I mean, y'all was going
she was
through.
considering ending her life.
You say that, Barbara. Yeah.
Considering ending your life, and you know, you thought about the love of your husband, the love of your children. You actually said that you thought it would be better without you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you're here, Tasha.
Like,
I mean, you're a blessing to so many people.
Yeah.
To so many, to your husband, to your children, to us.
Man. I ain't crying on this podcast.
I ain't either.
I mean, I always say that if we would just
I'm thankful.
Bear our story out. Just bear it out. Just go through the process. We can just stand on top of our story.
Come on.
And be a witness to other people. But so many of us throw in the towel with our relationships, with our purpose, with our desires, with our passions, with everything. And you guys have just like, y'all just lit a little fire in me in terms of just recognizing that it's bigger than what's happening in the moment.
Yes, it is.
Isn't
really
that that crazy?
My God.
And I think about it. I'm like, dang, I would have missed all of this.
You would listen,
girl.
That because I have one of my stepbrothers. He ended it.
Had children,
and I just think about it, and I'm like, yo, dude, you didn't even get to see it through, bro. See it through.
See it through.
Yeah.
See it through. Things, it won't always be, and I know that because we've been in so many situations. Because right after the eviction, everything was like, and I was like, oh,
money
right
came.
After.
Money came. I got
Jobs
another
came.
good job.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
Like right after.
Right.
It was right after.
Our daughter wanted a Wii.
Oh yeah,
She wanted the Wii.
The Wii had just came out.
The Wii had just came out.
And I'm up at 6 a.m.
He went
standing
and
in the
got
Costco
it,
line.
and we didn't even know how we were gonna give our children Christmas.
Yeah. And I'm buying $400 game consoles.
But we were like, you know what? Let's get it.
Yep. And right after, and then shortly after that, I said I knew it was time to move back to LA.
No, wait a minute. What about when we went to stay in an extended stay?
Oh shoot, she giving you the full version.
Oh yeah. So we stayed with his mom at about it was probably like 3 months.
3 months. Yep, we stayed with my mom.
That's too long.
And her husband.
No, for real. No, seriously.
I received it.
No, you know what I mean? Like three months.
And it wasn't my mom, it was her husband. Right?
Mom. So let me say this. My mom in love. No, my mom in love is the best mom in love I could ever have in the whole wide world, because she's never been messy. She's always been supportive. She's been like, y'all ride this thing out. I want to see y'all win. I love her. And so, but it was her husband at the time, and he was tripping and talking trash about us. And I was like, and I heard it.
Like, we can't do this.
And I was like, I gotta go. We going.
Yep.
And he's like, what we doing? I was like, we ain't staying here no more. He's like, where we going? I was like, I don't know.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, right. I was like, I don't know where we going, but we ain't staying here.
And we drove down, checking out hotels.
And we found
us and our three babies during the time. And we ended up staying in an extended stay for a few months. And it was such a beautiful time.
It was so beautiful. We had lights, gas, electricity.
Everything.
We had cable.
And my mom was worried. My mom
and a maid.
Right.
Clean your room every day.
Exactly.
We had a maid and everything. We had pool.
I thought we was homeless. She was like, wait.
Yeah, she was like, y'all homeless, huh?
And I'm like, nah, Mom.
We good.
And then she came over and she saw us. She's like, oh.
Right.
I'm about to give me a spot too.
Yeah.
We was doing good.
Can I stay with y'all?
Right. Like we had our little setup where we had our little kitchen there. Yeah, we had our little computer, and we had the babies. We had a crib in there and bed, and we had a bedroom. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
So when you think back to that time, you think back to that time with fondness. Of course, there's other stuff, but you look back at that space.
No, the extended stay, that was a beautiful time.
It was a beautiful time.
Yeah.
We were so happy to be in that little one room.
And
we were happy.
And the thing is, she worked at a car rental place, so she got a free car every day.
Wow.
Yeah, you was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing it.
Yeah, I was
She
doing
got
it.
a free
Baby,
car
I was
every
doing it.
day.
I was like, what
She's
kind of car you want?
driving today?
What kind of car you want to ride in, baby? And I would bring home
Look
my
at
little
this
car.
Kia.
Look at right.
Mercedes today.
Right. I be driving all the
Whatever you
new
wanted.
cars. So
Yeah.
I be like, what we driving? Okay.
Cool.
And we would get all fancy on the weekends. I would bring home a rental.
Yep.
For the weekends, we be
That's
driving
good.
around. If we wanted to go out of town, I'd bring home a rental,
Yeah.
right?
We had a
I
good
was.
time.
It was. I honestly, I could honestly say it was beautiful. We watched George Lopez in the middle of the night. We be watching George Lopez. Remember that?
You gonna tell we gotta get the important thing. So look, wait, right after that, because you telling too many of the I mean it's good, we'll tell them that. So look, right, she's like, yeah, and I remember we was eating cupcakes on December 15th. I'm like, okay, babe. But right after that, I knew it was time to go back to LA. And I'm like, and it was in the prime when everything started looking up, and I was like, it's time for us to leave. We gotta go back to LA because Vegas isn't doing it anymore. And she
But
wasn't.
I had my job though. So,
Right.
So, and I was being fast tracked to management.
Right.
So it was like.
But I was like, we have to
So what
leave
y'all
now.
decide? Y'all decided to
We
move.
left. We left Vegas on a Tuesday, and what got us out there is we did a game show. We did a game show because you want to know about
You
the
did-
miracles.
you did the game
I
show.
did a game show. Yeah, I did a game show. And I went out there, did the game show. I was just looking online.
LA,
while I was-
in LA.
In LA. Yep, doing the extended stage.
He didn't tell me it was a game show.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
but we're not gonna
Anyway,
talk
he
about
didn't tell me that.
it. So I did the.
Yeah,
you
he
know,
didn't say that. He didn't.
I'm looking online.
No, I'm just playing.
I do the.
Okay.
We get the, I get the game show, and I was like, we got to move back. We had a friend out in LA find us a house. She found us a house. It was crazy the amount of money we were paying during that time, but we're like, whatever, fine, let's do it. And it was like 2 times more than what think about LA prices.
Yeah, versus Vegas.
And we were able to pay it.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, cool, let's do it. So anyway, I do the show, the game show. Nobody had ever won the game show. I was the first winner on the game show. We moved on a Tuesday. I won thousands, 5 figures.
Ooh,
on a
that
Saturday.
Christmas was so
And
nice. Ooh, that
Like
Christmas was
everything, it was like everything that we had went through, God was like, all right, boom.
good. Yeah.
And we had
Yeah.
told people we going back to LA. They was like, no, I don't think you should go. Why are you going back to LA? And I was like, I know what I heard. And I even had a
God
dream.
told him to go
And
back.
I had a dream, and she wasn't even rolling with it the
That's
first
like,
time. She was
shit.
like, what? I'm on fast track to management. And I'm like, babe, God said go. We have to listen. We have to go.
But I'm
and I'm not the type to do that, to be like, God said.
Yeah, I was rebellious at that point. I was like,
Yep. And then what happened? She had a dream. She had a
following
dream.
you.
And the next day, you was like,
I was like,
I guess I
I'll
better
follow you, yeah,
Yep.
because I saw God showed me, and I was like, okay, I better listen to my husband. He's like, listen to your husband. I was like, yes, sir, and I did.
Oh my
Left on a
God.
Tuesday. Saturday did the game show. The first winner of the game show won all that money.
Mhm.
And we've been in LA since then. That was 2008. We moved in Vegas 05, moved back to LA in 08, and everybody stayed. And since then, it's been, I'm not going to say it's been perfect, but it's been,
We've been good.
It's been
we've
up
been
from
good.
there. It's
Yeah,
been up from
it's
there.
been up from there.
So these are the things that are coming forward for me as I have. I mean, this has just been life for me. I needed to hear y'all's story today.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all got a whole
Right.
lot more. I know y'all got a whole
Oh,
lot
yeah,
more.
we got a
We
whole-
definitely got to have a part 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For
sure.
y'all, for real. Like, we got to have a part 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the things that are coming up for me, Aiza, you may have other things that come up for you, are this sense of partnership, friendship, commitment, humility,
Yeah.
Mm,
ability to be able to kind of know that there's something greater than what you're dealing with in the moment.
mhm.
That you have to continue to put one foot in front of the other. Y'all also are some great pivoters. Y'all know how to pivot. Because there's some of them stories they was telling today.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, okay, we can't do this. Let's go on over here to the extended stay. You have
Right.
flexibility.
Right.
The people who are rigid, whether it's in their life and their relationships and the way that they roll generally, they tend to have more problems because they can't adapt
Right.
to like whatever is happening in the
Right.
moment. And it really feels like y'all been able to adapt. But what really stands out to me more than anything is the love. Is the love that has really just like, like that tide has just held y'all up. Like,
Yeah.
I feel that from y'all because we know y'all and because I can literally feel it from y'all, like for real.
Yeah.
But the themes that come from what y'all have shared today have just been, for me, all about persistence, putting one foot in front of the other, not allowing yourself to sink, even if you're sinking.
Even if
Yep.
you're
Even
sinking.
if you feel like
Let's
you're
not
sinking.
play.
I mean, the fact that
Let's
you went
not
in
play.
the damn Target and laid hands on the clothes.
Right.
Right, you
Come
know what I'm
on.
saying? And then they came to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That was crazy.
all of that is about continuing
crazy.
to push forward
Yeah.
and to
was
not
crazy.
allow the circumstances that y'all have dealt with to define your destiny.
Right.
That's
Because if
Yeah.
it's for you, it's for you. That's my belief.
Yep. Facts.
If it's for you, it's just for
That's
you. It's
it.
like
Yep.
God already said it is.
Look,
Yep.
And
if it's
Well,
for
we
you,
just-
if it's
listen.
for you.
it's for you. But y'all
If it's
could have
for
tapped out. And then
Listen.
here's the thing:
I'm glad
you
I
can have
didn't.
supreme knowledge about these things, supreme spiritual insight
Right.
about these things, and still struggle like shit.
Isn't that
Yes.
crazy?
Like,
Yes,
still be
you
like,
know
what
the
the
end
fuck
of it.
is going
You
on?
know-
You know what I'm saying? And I love the fact that y'all tell like I probably would have just ended it if
Yep.
I didn't have my kids
Facts.
and my husband
I,
and
listen.
God, won't he do it? Because he
Right.
did. She did it. It's done. So that's what comes up for me, y'all. Y'all are an inspiration. I want to defer to
hope
my
so.
husband because I don't know if there are any thoughts that you have. We got to have y'all come back on for a second
You
episode.
know we'll be back.
But I'm just
Yeah.
telling y'all, like, this
We
is
probably got to
this
do
is
4. That's
keep-
just
keep
we just
moving,
got through.
keep going.
Listen,
We only got to the
look,
first
at
3
this point,
years.
right? Our kids are only like 2 or 3. This is just the beginning.
Yeah. For me, I was really moved by hearing y'all's story, and y'all have shared it before, but pieces I had not known, and so I'm appreciative of your transparency and just vulnerability in this space. And so the thing that comes up for me is that hymn, "Wade in the Water." Like it captures what is required at times, for us to just wade in the water, and God's going to trouble the waters, and so
Yeah.
you got to be still, you got to listen, be obedient. And so when you in the bathroom stall crying, the ugly cry,
Yeah.
somebody was in there.
Come on.
And
Praise
your
God.
your tears were cleansing tears, but they were also inviting tears.
Wow.
And so you invited the helping hand, the energy, the spirit to be present. But you got to be still and just know that God is God. And
Facts.
so y'all have done that. Y'all have been still, but not just being still. Y'all have been actively being still. And so, you're an inspiration. Y'all really are an
Yeah.
inspiration.
Thank you.
And,
Yeah,
just thank you.
Thank you.
From where y'all were to where y'all are today, like over 1 million+ followers
Come on,
on
Yes, yes.
TikTok, and
This
like
man.
just
This
And
man.
I mean, I do want to add to that too. I
Impacting.
think one of the main things is I've always had vision, and I mean, I'm not just saying that. I literally have a vision statement
Yes, he
on
does.
our wall.
He made me and the children learn it and
And
recite
recite
it.
it.
And I thought he
I
was
have
nuts.
a
That's
vision
leadership.
statement for my
Whoa.
family.
That's leadership.
Yes.
You have vision. She said he made me and the children recite it.
Yeah.
That's leadership.
I
He
have
made
a
me
vision
and the
statement.
children recite it.
So when
we had to learn it.
and I know, it's like you got to know where you're going. So that's why, when there are trouble, it gets hard, and I be
It
wanting to
does.
give up too. But I'm like, nah, this is the vision. We
That's
gotta
the
That's
see
funny.
it through.
And
Yeah.
it's
We
not
gotta
even that
see
it's
it
not
through.
even that it's that easy all the time
Hell
though
no, it's
either.
not
It's
easy.
not that easy all the
No.
time. It's not.
You gotta
Sometimes
find it.
like following this man, I be like, woo.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. All the exes that I had, they wouldn't have been able to roll. They wouldn't have been able to
listen.
roll. Like I am very young. Even like now, let's talk about the social media. Even like most of the videos and the stuff I do, it's like, all right, cool. I have an idea. Let's shoot it right now. Like sometimes it's no preparation. It's like, let's go. Boom. And she be like, wait, hold on, I gotta. And I'm like, well, do it. Come on, because I'm
Right?
come on.
No, for real.
Let's go.
You be like,
Let's go.
I be like, wait. You gotta give me a second.
Yeah.
He like, I need you over here. I'm like, wait, what? Hey,
Yeah.
Hey now.
That's
Give
it.
me a second.
Yeah,
man.
and I thank you for, like I always say, and I always thank you, but I do thank you for rolling with me because I know it ain't easy, but it's been worth it.
Come on, that's an excellent way to end it. It ain't been easy, but it's been worth it.
My rider.
Yes. This has been another episode of the Relationship Cheat Code. I'm full right now. I'm inspired. My eyes is wet. They is wet. They're not all wet. They is wet. My eyes are wet. And I just feel very much in purpose And I feel very much blessed by what you all have shared today. I hope that you got something from this. I hope you're getting the cheat code: persistence, partnership, alignment, humility, right? All of those things are important for us on our individual paths as we do our personal work and our relationship work. This has been another episode, and we'll see you next time.
Cheat code. Yeah.
Yes. I love you, boo.
I love you too.
This is
Bye,
how
y'all.
we end with love. Relationship cheat code.
Jevin wants to do y'all theme song. I can tell.
Relationship cheat.
Like if you allow him to do it in your theme song, I swear to you,
It
he
might
will
be
do it.
something to that.
I know.
Listen, he'll do it.
Oh.
He'll do it.